Hi, welcome to the Reverb Room. I'm your host, Destino, joined today by my co-host, Luchito.
Welcome to the Reverb Room. We're joined today by Girl Defeated because they keep the girls sat, they keep the girls fed, and they keep the girls entertained because they are talent, okay? Welcome to the show.
Thank you. We're happy to be here.
Thank you.
This is just super exciting because I was listening to your music this morning and it feels like you have this really cosmic energy to like your vibe between the writing and like the production, and I just want to say that like I'm so excited to meet you.
Thank you. I'm
Thank
super
you.
excited to be
Appreciate
here
that.
too. I saw the hat and immediately was like, oh, so we're both beautiful women. I love it.
yes. Come on now. So I've known you guys for like, a couple months now?
Yeah.
I think I was introduced to y'all by Sam Burr.
Yeah.
I'm so happy I met you guys. You guys make such phenomenal music.
Yeah.
Girl Defeated is such a talent.
Thank you.
Do you guys think that you can maybe tell us a little bit about like the origins of Girl Defeated?
The origin story.
Start in the beginning.
I love spilling lore on the internet. It's my favorite. Me and Cameron have known each other since we were like babies, like 15. And oh God, how personal can I get in this? Can I say I pretended not to know you for a little bit?
Yeah.
Is that too far back?
That's fine.
Okay.
Say whatever you want.
We're
So-
getting into it.
You
This is
also
some
went
deep
through all
lore.
that, so.
Yeah, me and Cameron met when we were 15, and we dated for like 2 months. And I was like the cheerleader, like straight A honor roll student, obviously. And Cameron got expelled for selling drugs. And then people were like, "Is that your ex-boyfriend?" And I was like, "I have no idea who that is." But then we ran into each other again when we were like 18. Cameron was shopping at like the store in the mall that I worked at, and I was like, damn, she's still kind of cute. So we started hanging out, and I have been a photographer for, oh my God, my whole life. Since I was like 13 or 14, I had a DSLR, and we started taking pictures together, and Cameron had been making music around that same time. So we were like 18 at this point, and we just started making art and music together, and we started dating when we were babies, and we've been together for a long time, almost 10 years now.
So you've always been Girl Defeated together.
Always.
Iconic.
Kind of.
I love that. So like how does it work in the background? Who are you guys both musicians?
Take it away, Cameron. Take it away, Penny.
Ariel likes to say that she's not.
I do.
I'm the producer, and Ariel she's a very heavy contributor. I always consider her like the creative director of the whole thing. Like I'm kind of like the worker, like doing all the little things, and she kind of like steers us in certain directions, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And she's also very she brings a certain energy to it, like a sort of like really poetic
Her je ne sais quoi.
this thing to it that kind of like I think makes it unique, whether it's bad or not. Like it's definitely sounds like Girl Defeated.
That was
at
shade,
least.
by the way. If you didn't pick up on that,
No,
that
the
was shade.
results, not just you.
I not just to just like keep talking, but
Talk away.
Let's hear it.
When I like birthed Girl Defeated when I was in college, because I went to college for photography, so I have my BFA in photography. When we were doing like our finals, we had to do like a big creative project, and I had spent 3 years in college, and we were supposed to have a final at the end of our semester that was supposed to be like our creative project, and I hated everything that I made in those 3 years, and I last minute decided like within a few months that I was just gonna scrap everything that I'd worked on for the last few years and create something new. And I pulled images from like my Instagram and things that just like really connected with me and felt like raw and true, because I'm a very emotional person. Oh my God, it's crazy.
What's your sign?
I'm a Taurus.
Oh, period.
What are you?
I'm a Pisces.
Okay, so in theory we should not get along.
Yeah.
But that's okay. So for my final, I made a book, and I called it Girl Defeated, which was my Instagram handle at the time, and I put in all of my photography that I felt really connected to, like those ambient background feelings that are always there, like sadness and anger and love, and I built that brand. I built a website around it. I stayed painting and doing sculptures and making that artwork, and had made a book of poetry, and I really love poetry and writing. And as Cameron was producing music, I would always like throw myself into it because I can't resist making everything about myself. So I asked Cameron, I was like, hey girl, do you want to like merge into this project with me? And she said yes. So we started making music that's really like centric around the feelings that Girl Defeated was like based in.
Interesting.
And you could definitely tell that, like, when you listen to the music, like, it is its own little world.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a talent as a writer, you know, and as a musician, and just in general, because it does feel like it takes you somewhere. You know, I think Boy Deleted was, like, the first song I heard of yours.
Yeah.
And I was like, I get it.
Same.
Like, I get it.
Yeah.
Like, the music has so much energy from both of you, and you
Yeah.
can feel it in the music. As a trans artist, how would you say you incorporate your identity in your art, into your art?
I think that I see like, I don't talk very much. So I see like how powerful the music is as being sort of the placeholder for my own voice, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
No, it
I
does.
like to imagine that like I'm silent, but my art is like screaming.
Yeah.
And I think that's because I had to like kind of shove my true self down like growing up my whole life. So I kind of like, it came out through music instead, since I couldn't like be myself
Yeah.
in front of my family and whatnot growing up. So yeah, that answers the question. I
Yeah.
think,
Yeah.
right?
Is your family supportive of your journey now?
My family?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, you know what we are.
Yeah,
So,
Thank
for
you.
real, literally.
My
No,
family
I absolutely
A couple
love
of them
you
are
guys.
trying.
A couple of
That's
them are
for sure.
trying.
well, that's what counts. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
yeah.
And I think it's like we like live in a time where everyone just wants to. I just want to be in community. You know what I mean? Like, I don't necessarily. And I think a lot of queer people kind of know that like our relationships with our family are always interesting and they're always complicated.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, like, they're still our family, but we're at the same time we're still gonna be ourselves.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Yeah. You're
And
allowed
that's
to
not-
not have a relationship with people that aren't good to you.
I had to accept that I might lose relationships when I came out, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel like your family definitely is who you make of it, and that was something that me and Cameron definitely discovered alongside each other. Because we're married now. This is my wife.
Oh,
So proud of
yes.
that.
Oh, yes.
We just got married
Congrats.
like 6 months ago. So.
Congrats.
Oh, new
That's so
couple.
cute.
But there was a point in our life where we had someone like interject in the relationship and say like, blood's thicker than water, like you should be sticking like by your family, which wasn't supportive of Cameron. And I feel like Cameron definitely has had a safe space like in my household. My parents love Cameron, and I feel like our friends that we've made love and accept Cameron, and I feel like they've definitely loved and accepted me through this process as well, because I was never planning on telling anyone I liked women ever, but then Cameron was like, I am one, and I was like, ugh, you forced me to out myself to my
Yeah.
family? That's crazy.
There's the gotcha, Cam gotcha.
Yeah, I was like, okay, I deserved that one maybe. But I think just fostering that, a group of friends with each other, I think finding people in Denver that we've really gotten along with and came to like have really great connections with has been super helpful, not only just for us as individuals, but in creating music and making art. It's so much easier to make, you can make so much art through pain, but it's so much easier to make art through love, I think.
Felt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that really does show. And you know, with our last guest, Sam, I know that you're from Southern Colorado, and Sam was from like Western Colorado, and it's very much the same thing. Is that like you come to the city and you're like, there's so much more
Oh my God.
to like
yeah.
your experience
yeah.
as like a queer
Crazy.
person.
Speaking
or
of like being myself, like I didn't know what having an actual friend was like until I started being myself, and Sam was that first person.
oh, shout out to
Yeah.
Sam.
Shout out Sam.
Yeah.
We
Come
love
on
Sam.
now.
Go watch that episode too. Sam's amazing.
I didn't want to tell Sam at the time, but I had no friends.
Well, Sam is a friend to everyone.
Yeah.
No,
Start there.
literally.
Sam.
You said I had no friends. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Speaking of friends, do you guys have like a collaboration process? Do you guys like work with other artists, or is it mostly just
I
like
hate-
you two?
I love to bring people into it. I love to bring people into everything. That was a crazy joke. I'm sorry. Cut that out of the video. Or leave it. I don't
What
care.
she's saying is that she's a very open person. She's
Yeah,
like
that's
an
it.
open book.
That's it.
That's what it is. Let's leave it there.
No, I love to bring people into the art. I think it's a really great way to like build and foster relationships, even if like I think like making art is so much more about the process versus the product. And I feel like the process of making art with someone is so intimate, and like you can really get to know someone. Like when you're making art with them, when we first met, I was like, we need to make clothes together because that's something that we both do,
Literally,
and it's something that we can connect on. So we've had like one of my best friends, her name's Destiny, shout out Destiny.
Hey, Destiny.
She came and sang on one of our songs, and my voice is not amazing. So sometimes if I'll write a song and I'm like, I can't hit those notes, I will bring friends in to be like, can you please do this for me? And you have people come, you make music with people all the time.
Yeah, I have such a hard time collaborating though, honestly. Like,
Oh,
I'm a
let's
very
talk about
collaborative. Yeah.
What makes it hard?
Me.
No, not like, I am so insanely particular, and I have like, I genuinely, like, I think I'd rather die than like compromise.
That's so real though. I get it.
Like, I'm not even kidding. Like,
Completely valid.
yeah. So it's very hard for me when someone suggests something creatively that I like don't identify with. I like, it's traumatizing. Like, it's so hard for me. So I like kind of avoid doing any like serious work with other artists.
That's fair.
But that's how we met each other naturally, was Cameron making music and
Yeah, but that's what.
her
Sorry.
little bedroom. And
Yeah, that's what makes it so special when I do click with someone, because I'm like, I can't let you go. Like,
Well, you know,
Space.
it's kind of what you were saying earlier. It is really intimate. You know, I feel like when you're making music with someone, you're like letting them into your head
Yeah.
to the point where you're like, is it safe to let you feel what I feel right now? And
Which is
Yeah.
why we have crash outs when like Cameron doesn't want to collaborate, because I'm like, this means a lot to me.
yeah.
We for real have crash outs over music sometimes.
We fought quite a bit.
Really?
It's because you
What are those
care.
like?
Bad. Oh my God.
I feel like
Yeah.
I feel like a relationship, like a normal relationship argument. I feel like I'd be more intense about the art argument.
Yeah, seriously. From like my perspective, I feel like it's so difficult because you love that person so much and you like see them for who they are outside of like the music and like into a relationship, and you see how much it means to that person and you want them to like get their ideas across and like have that. But when you're also like trying to make space for yourself and have that, sometimes the ideas don't always mesh, but when they do, it's like it's a product, and I'm really proud of all of our music, and I love all of our music, and even if people don't think that it's the sound for them, I feel like it's the sound for someone.
Yeah, and you guys have definitely found your sound and are continuing to improve on it. So I think that just speaks for itself. Like, you guys don't sound like anything out there that I've heard. So
That's
I
a
hope
huge
so.
compliment.
I
Thank
love
you.
it.
But
For
you
real.
know, in that same breath, though, you also have like this sound of like Denver. Like, it feels like you belong here. You know what I mean? Like,
I hate that. I'm just kidding.
is that a bad thing? I just like, I can picture like your music like out. You know what I mean? Like when
Yeah.
I'm out, like,
Yeah.
and you very much have this energy, like, and I think that's kind of what you were just getting at, is that making music from a place of love makes something completely different.
Yeah.
And like, I guess that's kind of what I mean when I say that.
It's definitely like we're from here.
Yeah.
Like, we're from
Most of our
Colorado.
streams come from Denver.
Most of our
so
streams come from Denver.
Oh my gosh, local
Come on
celebrity.
now.
Denver's rocking with us.
From growing up in such a small town and like having such a bad experience with it, just like being kind of a different person, not to be like, I'm different than other girls, but I just had a really hard time in high school and like even middle school, and like fitting in and like being in such a small town, I always wanted like out. So like even though I am in Denver and I've made so many great connections and I love it here and I love the community here and I love the art space here, there's like something in my soul that is like, I need to keep like running out. And but I'm like, at what point, like I'm not Katy Perry, I can't go to space. You know what I mean? Like, so I'm like, I gotta make peace with it. I'm just
She
saying.
didn't
Back
move
to the
space.
content
Yes, she
marketing
did.
board. Wow.
She moved
shit.
up there. She's
She
not there
did.
forever.
She
No,
lives
for
there
real.
right
She's canceled.
As she should. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe, sorry, let me just kind of,
Orient yourself.
yeah,
sorry.
reorient, kind of find a different topic. Sorry.
Let's go back to like current projects that you have in the works.
Yeah.
I know that like we can't divulge what we talk about backstage, but I know you mentioned something about a music video. Is there some like let's talk music videos. What have you done? Are you planning on doing a new one? Is there something in the works? Is there a screenplay that like somewhere like, because I know you're a writer. We talked about this too.
Yeah, I do. I love to write. I'm like, I love music videos. I think they're amazing. Like I said, like my background is in photography. Visual art is like my niche. So I like to make the music videos. I love like not having expectations or a plan. I do like to like my photo shoots. I do like to storyboard those, but capturing something on video is so much harder. So maybe I'm just like not as talented as I want to be, but I like to just like go out into the world with like a vision and a camera and like me and Cameron and like capture what we can. And I love editing. I love the editing process. And Cameron really helps me like line up the music with the video.
Yeah.
Yes, that's tedious work.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
we should soon, after this comes out, have a music video coming out for our song March, which I think will be super special because that song was like one of the brain babies that just like worked perfectly with that. Those are the songs that like remind me like, oh, we are a good collaborative team and like this is what we should be doing.
That's my favorite song.
Cameron like had a song, threw it into like our folder, which is called Computer Trash, which I love.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
Shout out iCloud Drive.
Shout out iCloud Drive, Computer Trash folder.
Yeah.
And I just like will go through the file sometimes and like hear snippets. There was one I just really loved and immediately just started like doing poetry in my brain, and I wrote a poem about Cameron and like wishing she had come out sooner. I'm gonna be emotional about everything. I told you guys, I was like, I'm an emotional girl. It's just like realizing that you were so close to someone without like having access to them is like pretty difficult. And I wrote a poem over that, and I read it to Cameron, and Cameron was also found the same like sentiment in that poem, and
I cried. It made me cry.
cried immediately. And then we recorded it over it, and there's not a lot of editing or like processes that came after that. We just kind of threw it together, and I think it sounds great. But the music video for that will be coming out.
You're gonna make me cry, and I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry.
conceal it. Oh my god, that is beautiful.
I love
though.
her.
Oh, there's a line in it where you say like "fuck your mom."
Oh yeah, I do.
I just want to say like,
Sorry, Cameron's mom.
I love you, mom. Don't take it too personally.
I also say, in that song, I say, fuck your mom, fuck your dad, fuck anyone who's ever been mean to you, including me. So I'm like, it's not even about particularly, like anyone in particular. It's just, oh, I said particular too many times. It's not about anyone in particular. It's just like the idea of like not realizing that you're hurting someone for a reason that like, you could be hurting someone without even knowing it because you don't know what they're facing if they don't like tell you. And just feeling like really bad about it and being like, oh, I should have like corrected my behavior or like been a bit more empathetic or like charitable to this person in like a time that was maybe more difficult for them than like you realized at the time. So yeah, sorry, Cameron's mom again.
But you know, that is like a really mature take. You know, I feel like I've met like adults, like grown people. I know that I'm an adult, which is weird to think about. In my head, I'm
We're
still like,
babies.
yeah, you know, but like I've met so many people that are like literally grown up and have careers, and like they don't get to that. You know, they don't knock on that door and cross to the other side because it's a hard reckoning with yourself.
It is.
Yeah.
But it comes from a place of love, right?
Yeah, it does. I think my favorite line in that song is I miss her when she didn't even know me. And that's the line about, I think that's like what was it? Sorry. I'm like, we're pausing for me trying to remember what the lyrics are.
Yeah. I miss her when she didn't even know me.
No, it was I miss the girl I could have had.
Oh.
And I miss her when she didn't even know me. And I feel like to like an average person listening to that, they would maybe take that as like, oh, like I miss this girl that like I lost a chance with, or like I miss who this person was before I knew them. But it's not. It's like in 2019, I wish Cameron was the Cameron that I know now. Like I could have had her in 2019, but I didn't. And like I miss 2019 Cameron, even though I knew she existed even when she didn't know she existed. And yeah, that song means a lot to me, obviously.
Sounds like there's a lot of healing in your art.
Oh my God, yeah. If not, I will just have like daily crash outs. So I gotta get it out somewhere.
Yeah.
Speaking of crash out, let's talk about your TikTok. Because you have like this huge like
Wait,
you have like a
said speaking of crash out.
Speaking of crash out, yeah.
Okay.
you have
That
like this
works.
whole journey with like your public, like how you're like a brand. Like you're not just Girl Defeated. You're like also like, I don't know how to explain it. Can you like tell me just like how it all started? Like,
So, I think on your last episode, you guys were with Sam Burt, who talked about like the pandemic causing like, oh, I should like dive into my art. I had this brilliant idea that during the pandemic, I would get on TikTok, which probably not a great idea. I love to overshare, and I went on TikTok, and I thought I was a little comedian. Girl, I was like all over TikTok, talking about diarrhea.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Like
your big break was
crazy
like
shit.
talking about shitting your
Your
pants.
big-
My big brand was talking about shit in my pants. I had a video of me like,
queen.
yeah, IBS queen. I had like this TikTok go super viral of me like sticking my feet in a muddy puddle and then like putting my socks on over that, and just like ridiculous stuff. I don't know. It was so stupid. Yeah, but anyway, I got like.
Girl, not the scat play.
Yeah.
No. Delete that. No, I feel like all of it's rooted in autism, to be honest. I'm just gonna be real with you. I'm like, I just like have these like itches in my brain, these things that I just want to say. And I was like, TikTok's a perfect place to put those things.
well, that's exactly what I was thinking though. Like because I feels like TikTok is such a niche community.
Oh my god,
and
it
like
is.
the
I love
more
my TikTok community.
yeah, like and like the more candid you are, the better. Which is like the opposite of like any other social media.
I
space.
know. Another like popular video of mine was I was talking about I went to Taco Bell and the girl was like, "I'll see you tomorrow," and I was like, "Oh my god!"
That
this girl
is
clocked me for tea.
so
She
rude.
said, "You were coming back tomorrow," and I said, "You're right. I will see. I'll see you later, Barbara. I will be back tomorrow at 2 a.m. like usual." But my TikTok was pretty much just stuff like that, like relatable, like miscellaneous, ridiculous content, and I got like 140,000 followers, and then I lost 30,000 followers because I stopped posting bullshit and I started posting art. And you know, when you cultivate an audience of this and then you move over to something like this, I just was dumb and I used the same handle the whole time. But it is my brand. That's me. I'm myself through and through. I'm never afraid to be myself.
Period.
Even if I don't love myself all the time, I can't help
Right.
but be who I am. So I'm not that upset about it.
Well, it's good you have that ability to be yourself no matter what.
Thank you.
A lot
I
of people
appreciate
don't.
it.
A lot of people are too self-conscious of themselves.
I am too. I just like,
It's the
I
don't
can't
give a
help
fuck
it. It's an
factor.
urge.
But you're brave. You know what I mean? Like you can be self-conscious and still be brave. Like even if it seems like you're just being dumb on the internet, like you never know like how those videos like turn someone's day around or like what they're worth to somebody else, right?
Hopefully. I'm like, hopefully one of you who have seen these videos, sometimes I'll run into people and they'll be like, "You look familiar." And then I'll talk to them and I'll mention my TikTok and they'll be like, "Oh my God, you're the Taco Bell girl." And I'm like, oh.
Someone like slammed their brakes like in the middle of the freeway, or, like you remember?
Oh
we were
my
crossing a
God,
bridge,
yeah.
You're Girl Defeated.
They were like, "I know you from TikTok." I was like, "Oh my God, that's crazy." It's crazy. I'm like,
98 Suburban. just,
140,000 people is not that.
It's really not if you think about it. Like
It's not like a
still
huge
lot.
audience for TikTok, but I think like I'm so community centric that a lot of my audience is people from like my hometown and like from Denver. So I'm more likely to like run into people, which
That's cool.
yeah, sometimes
That is
depending
super
on what they've
cool.
seen. Yeah.
Have you had any? Here, let me ask you this: have you had any weird experiences with people recognizing you off the internet?
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God. I'm like, do we leave this in? We can leave this in. I have an OnlyFans. So sometimes I was at a restaurant with my mom and I was eating with my mother and I got a DM on Instagram like 20 minutes later that was like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't want to say anything to you because I think you were with your mother, but like, I'm like your #1 fan on OnlyFans." And I was like, "Hey, John." Nah, I didn't know that you were real in real life. That's crazy.
Good.
Yeah, that's probably the weirdest one for sure.
I feel like a lot of people aren't brave enough to be who they are, and like that's why I really gravitated towards your music. Like even coming back to that is that like you're very blunt in the way that like your sound is and like your story is, and I think that's cool. You know,
Reflects in the music. I genuinely think that is the one thing me and Cameron have in common most is just the, you know, I'm myself online by talking about stupid stuff. Cameron's herself through just coming out into herself and expressing ourselves through music has been like really enlightening and I think powerful for our emotional journeys, I feel like. Yeah.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Well, thank you guys so much for coming. I think we're reaching the end of our podcast with you guys. But I just wanted to say thank you so much, Kree2K and Chi, for coming through and talking with us. We definitely want to have you guys back on eventually in the future.
Absolutely. I love
Maybe
to
you
talk.
can leave us with a song that you guys both are inspired by lately.
A song that we're both inspired by? Oh my god, anything by Clams Casino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for you mostly. This artist I found, his name's Silicon Valley. Or no, yes, Silicon Valley. Like, I don't know how, like, should not have found this person. They have like as many listeners as us currently, and they're like the
Not a lot.
greatest artist I've ever heard on this planet. Like Jimi Hendrix, just insane.
Okay.
And he has a song called Pau Mia, and that song's been like, yeah, I'm so insecure about my own music right now, but
Gorilla by Clams Casino, my favorite
Yeah.
song ever. Okay. That's all. Thank you.
Love you guys. Thank you guys so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
Yeah, thank you for being on our show.
Yeah,
Destino.
thank you.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm Chi, and this is Cam, and together we are Girl Defeated.
Pretty face, take me to your favorite place. We can go smoke cigarettes by the bay. What do you say? We can smoke cigarettes. We can burn the city down. Fuck your mom, fuck your dad, fuck anyone who's ever been mean to you, including me. I'm not perfect, that makes you sad. I miss the girl I could have had. Oh well. Oh well. I hate my job. You hate yours. We're overwhelmed. Oh well. Pretty skies, butterflies, colors for eyes. She's such a shade I miss her when she didn't even know me. I miss her when she didn't even know me. I miss her when she didn't even know me. Oh Reverb.